wabarakatuh. Peace be upon you and good morning I bid to our honorable guest, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day number 4, the final day of ATAIC's Annual Technical Conference 2016. Before we begin our conference for today, please allow me to call forth Mr. Muhammad Rais Muhammad Nordin to recite Surah Al-Mu'minun verse 1 to 11 in seeking blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this conference.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون والذين هم للزكاة فاعلون والذين هم لفروجهم حافظون إلا على أزواجهم أو ما ملكت أيمانهم فإنهم غير ملومين فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون والذين هم لأماناتهم وعهدهم راعون والذين هم على صلواتهم يحافظون أولئك هم الوارثون الذين يرثون الفردوس فيهم الذين يرثون الفردوس هم فيها خالدون صدق الله العظيم. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Rais, for that very beautiful and mellifluous recitation. The recitation tells us that the Muslims who are successful in life and the hereafter are those who are very focused in their prayers, who avoid engaging in vain talk and activities, who give alms or pay their zakat, who guard their chastity, who are honest and fulfill their promises, who carefully perform and maintain their prayers 5 times a day. These are the Muslims that will be rewarded with Jannatul Firdaus, the paradise of the highest order, where they will reside in there in absolute bliss for all eternity. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us watch and listen to a special salawat presentation praising and exalting our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ya Nabi salam alaika, ya Rasul salam alaika, ya Habib salam alaika, salawatullah alaika. Sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Muhammad Rasulullah, Muhammad Habibullah, Muhammad Rasulullah, Muhammad Habibullah. Tala'al badru alayna min thaniyatil wada', wajaba syukru alayna ma da'a lillahi da'. Tala'al badru alayna min thaniyatil wada', wajaba syukru alayna ma da'a lillahi da'. Ayyuhal mab'usu fina, jita bil amril muta', jita tharraftal madinah, marhaban ya khairan da'. Tala'al badru alayna min thaniyatil wada', wajaba syukru alayna ma da'a lillahi da'. Muhammad Rasulullah, Muhammad Habibullah, Muhammad anta syamsun, anta badrun, anta nurun fawqa nuri. Muhammad anta iksirun wa ghali. Muhammad anta misbahu suduri. Muhammad Habibullah. Sallu alaihi, sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, sallallahu ala محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم طلع البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع وجب الشكر علينا ما دعا لله داع وبالله التوفيق والهداية السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rais and the team, for that truly spectacular performance. Peace and blessings be upon you, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, today and every day. Ladies and gentlemen, let us wait momentarily while the stage crew make the necessary preparations for the next session. In the meantime, I will quickly read the brief summary on ATAIC's agenda beginning from day 1, 26 September, until today, the 29th September 2016. So we began the conference with the officiating ceremony, which was officiated by the Honorable Dato' Lee Chi Leong, the Deputy Minister of Finance to Malaysia. After the opening ceremony, we had 4 sessions discussing on the topic Big Data Analytics in Tax Administration, as well as a special presentation on GST, or Good and Services Tax, the Malaysian Experience. Day 1 conference ended at 4:30 p.m. On the 27th September 2016, we had 7 sessions discussing on the topic Communication Strategies in Tax Reform. There were also talks on ADIS Tax Initiative, establishing an effective Zakat institution, Enterprise Risk Management Initiative in IRBM, and the holistic approach of tax reform. Day 2 conference ended at 5 p.m. And yesterday, on Wednesday, 28th September 2016, it was a free and easy day for all the delegates. During the evening, we had 2 excursion trips where we took a boat ride down the Malacca River, and then we wrapped the evening with the Trishaw ride. I'm sure it was a truly fun-filled evening for all of us here. And here we are today, Thursday, 29th September 2016, the final day of 13th ATAIC Annual Technical Conference. So are we ready for the next session? Are we? That's good. And now, ladies and gentlemen, next is the session on the presentation of the final report. It is with great pleasure I invite Mr. Muhammad Noor Ahmed to the stage to deliver the final report. Please welcome Mr. Muhammad Noor Ahmed.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mr. Abdullah Sa'ad Idris Ahmad, Secretary General of ATAIC, Dr. Muhammad Syukur Mahfa, 13th Chairman of ATAIC, His Excellency Syed Kamil Tagari Nezat, the 14th Chairman of ATAIC, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please allow me to present the summary of the final report, which was approved during the closing head of delegation meeting on the 28th of September 2016. The first head of delegation meeting was held on 25th September 2016, Sunday at Bilik Malacca, 6, 7, and 8 at the Equatorial Hotel Malacca. The meeting began with an opening speech by Mr. Khalid A. Rahman. Al-Mughasi, Director of Tax Department, Qatar, in his capacity as the 12th Chairman of ATAI. The chairmanship was then handed over to Dr. Muhammad Syukur Mahfa, the Chief Executive Officer of the Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia, as the 13th Chairman of ATAI. Malaysia, during the head of delegation meeting, has introduced new initiative for the conference, that is expert panel discussion format, and the honor given to the host as the first presenter. The outline of the meeting agenda provided are as follows: introduction of the head of delegation in attendance, report by the Secretary General of ATAI Permanent Secretariat, acceptance of new member countries, matters pertaining to this week's 13th ATAI Annual Technical Conference, proposals for dates and hosts of the 14th, 15th, and 16th Technical Conference, and other related matters. Other related matters discussed are the acceptance of new membership, topics to be discussed in the conference, proposal of the session chairman and rapporteurs, contributions of the member states, and launching of the ATAI website. The conference began with the opening ceremony, which was held on 26 September 2016, Monday, in the Grand Ballroom of the Equatorial Hotel. The guest of honor, His Excellency Second Minister of Finance of Malaysia, was represented by His Excellency Second Deputy Minister of Finance of Malaysia. Other attendees are the delegates of the participating countries, observers, event sponsors, and invited guests. The program for the opening ceremony of 13th ATAI Annual Technical Conference are as follows: rendering of the national anthem of Malaysia, recitation of the verses of the Holy Quran, the speech by Secretary General of ATAI, Mr. Abdullah Sa'ad Idris Ahmad, speech by the 12th Chairman of ATAI, Mr. Khalid A. Rahman Al-Mughasi, Director of Tax Department, Qatar, the handing over of the ATAI flag, welcoming address by the 13th Chairman of ATAI, Dr. Muhammad Syukur Mahfa, the CEO of the Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia, opening address by His Excellency Second Deputy Minister of Finance Malaysia, officiating of the 13th ATAI Annual Technical Conference, launching of the 13th ATAI Annual Technical Souvenir Book entitled Lights Within, presentation of souvenirs to the event sponsors and the minister. The topics for the 13th ATAI Annual Technical Conference are Big Data Analytics in Tax Administration and Communication Strategies in Tax Reform. The theme for the 13th ATAI Annual Technical Conference is Enhancing Efficiency in Tax Administration. A total of 20 plenary sessions was conducted during the conference as follows, as shown on the screen. For the day one, the session focused on big data analytics in tax administration. Observation from discussion: there are multiple sources available for a tax administrator to obtain relevant information. The use of technological advancement could assist tax administrators to communicate relevant taxpayers' data to other sub-units or process owners within the tax administration. Sentiment analysis could also assist in the formulation of the right tax policies. The challenges in adopting the big data technology include the significant IT infrastructure and development costs, capacity building, the level of skills and experiences of officers, and the availability of data. Recommendation: tax administrators need to leverage the technological advancement in their favor. The tax administrators also need to adopt the big data analytics in order to process large amount of taxpayers' data and by transforming those data into valuable information. And to facilitate homegrown expertise and capacity building. The other recommendations include to start off any analytics project from a small scale rather than a big sweeping and more expensive project on big data application. As for the country presentation, the observation from the presentation is that Malaysia and Indonesia share their experience in using the advanced data analytics to increase the effectiveness and efficiency in revenue management and investment in Hadoop technology, respectively. Bangladesh, Iran, and Iraq have been showing promising endeavors in committing significant resources for the development in ICT infrastructure and computer applications. The recommendation as such: engagement with the stakeholders for support, including tax reform and availability of finance for big data initiative, change of the existing legal framework and policies that allows a seamless central government data sharing that can be beneficial to tax administrators, frequent knowledge and experience sharing among tax administrators pertaining to the adoption of big data analytics via study group visits and technical conferences. On day 2, the session focused on communication strategies in tax reform. Observation from the expert panel discussion. The expert panel discussion focused on the importance of tax reform in a robust environment with multiple influential factors. Tax reform usually undertaken to improve the tax administration and or to provide economic or social benefits and to increase the efficiency and effectiveness of the tax system. Major change in sources of revenue yield to strategic revenue collection, and changes in the tax laws contribute to the increase in the level of compliance. Implementation of ICT extensively eases the submission of tax return and increases the satisfaction and trust among taxpayers. The introduction and implementation of new tax increase the additional revenue for the state. Tax reforms also play a big role in closing the loopholes due to the imperfection of legislation. Elements that should be taken into consideration are political and social context of tax policy and reform, macroeconomic principles and the impact on taxation, economic and legal principle of taxation, administrative impact of tax reform, international aspect of tax reform. The recommendation on communication strategy in tax reform are: the Ministry of Finance and the tax administration must coexist and have to work together. And the use of tax administration diagnostic assessment tool or TADAT or tax-free as diagnostic tools to measure the performance of the tax administration for the purpose of determining areas of tax reform. On the country presentation, observations are as follows. The objective of reform are to increase the revenue collection, to increase in tax to GDP ratio, creating taxpayer-friendly environment and facilities, automation of processes, withdrawal of exemption, less dependence on withholding taxes, broadening of the tax base, and simplification of tax law. The issues and challenges arising from reforms are to increase tax to GDP ratios, sizable tax evasion, non-filers, narrow tax gap, and lack of tax awareness. Recommendation for the communication strategies in tax reform are: the way forward in communication strategies are creating a good customer relation, simplification of tax laws, following and improving interactive strategies, and the communication tactics to be used under the strategy consultation, value-added tax, initial communication material, presentation, media campaign, taxpayers advisory visit, staff communication campaigns, and call centers. The organizer of the 13th ATAIC Annual Technical Conference has invited 4 speakers and experts to this year's conference, and a total of special presentations are as follows. The first one, experience and learnings from introducing goods and service tax in Malaysia, was presented by Senior Assistant Director from the Royal Malaysian Customs Department. And the recommendation from the first presentation are strategic execution of educational programs to increase the level of awareness and acceptance of public, and constant monitoring of unscrupulous price hike and refund frauds. The second special presentation is on EDIS tax initiative that was presented by an expert from International Tax Compact, Germany. And the recommendation are the use of tax administration diagnostic assessment tool and technical assistance from established organizations such as the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, and the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. The third special presentation on the establishing an effective and efficient Zakat institution, Malaysia's experience in the Federal Territory, was presented by the Chief Executive Officer of Zakat Collection Center, Islamic Religious Council of Federal Territories, Malaysia. The recommendation enhancing the effectiveness and efficiency of Zakat institution through internal and external factors. The last of the special presentation is on the Enterprise Risk Management Initiative in the Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia, which was presented by the Director of the Risk Management Department from the Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia. Recommendation on that paper are the effective communication and continuous support from top management. The second head of delegation meeting was held on 28 September 2016 on Wednesday at the Bilik Bendahara 6, 7 and 8 at the Equatorial Hotel Malacca. The outline of the meeting agenda provided are as follows. Endorsement of the 13th ATAIC Annual Technical Conference Final Report. Endorsement of the 13th ATAIC Annual Technical Communique. Proposal for dates and hosts of the 14th, 15, 16 technical conferences, matters pertaining to this week's 13th ATAIC Annual Technical Conference, and the recommendation arising from the second head of delegation meeting or approval of the 13th ATAIC Annual Technical Conference final report as presented today in summary, adoption and the approval of the 13th ATAIC Annual Technical Conference communique, confirmation of the venue for the 14th ATAIC Annual Technical Conference that is to be held in Iran in 2017, the 15th ATAIC Annual Technical Conference, and the 16th ATAIC Annual Technical Conference, which are affirmed to be held in Mauritania in 2018 and in the Maldives in 2019. And the last is on the feedbacks on the proposal to amend the statute by member countries, which need to be received by their permanent secretariat before 13 December 2016. Other recommendations are member countries are strongly encouraged to make full use of ATAIC website for interactive discussion and exchange of experiences. In addition, the permanent secretariat is responsible to perform the duties of issuing the quarterly publication and to organize a parallel workshop during annual technical conference starting from the 14th ATAIC Annual Technical Conference in Iran. The conference accompanying programs are: an annual dinner was held on Monday, 26 September 2016. The guest of honor was the Honorable Chief Minister of Malacca. And the other program was excursion program which include a river cruise along the Malacca River and a trishaw ride. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Mr. Muhammad Noor Ahmad. Ladies and gentlemen, now is the session on the adoption of ATAIC communique. For this, I now invite Dr. Adil Abdel Monim Abdel Razik, Assistant Secretary General of ATAIC, to the stage to deliver the speech. Please welcome Dr. Adil Abdel Monim.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious and most merciful, we send prayers and blessings upon Prophet Muhammad. Sa'adat Ustad Abdullah al-Musa'ad Idris, Al-Amin al-Am lil-ATAIC, Sa'adat Muhammad Shakur al-Mahfar, رئيس التنفيذي لمجلس إيرادات الماليزي، سعادة رؤساء الوفود والأعضاء في المؤتمر، صباح الخير.
Allow me please to recite to you the ATAIC communique which was endorsed by the head of delegations meeting yesterday evening. We members of the Association of Tax Authorities of Islamic Countries, ATAIC, were hosted by the Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia in Malacca on the occasion of the 13th Annual Technical Conference held from the 26th to the 29th of September 2016. ATAIC was established on 15 October 2003 in Putrajaya, Malaysia, on the margin of the 10th Summit of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC. ATEC is an intergovernmental tax association with a mission to support and promote the taxation departments and Islamic taxes, focusing on zakat in the Islamic countries in encountering challenges and changes. To date, ATEC has 28 members and 10 observer countries. The year's conference was attended by 107 delegates from 21 member countries and 2 observer countries. Present during this conference were also special guests from IBFD, CATA, ITC, NTA, and local high institutions and government agencies. In pursuit of its mandate to foster mutual cooperation and assistance among the tax authorities in member countries, the 13th Annual Technical Conference provides a platform for sharing of ideas and experiences on issues related to the conference. Theme of enhancing efficiency in tax administration. The 2 topics discussed were big data analytics in tax administration and communication strategies in tax reform. These topics were specifically chosen on the basis of their relevance to the current development and continued success of tax administrations. The volume of information has rendered great need for the ability for fast and efficient processing and use of data. In this respect, there is a need to take advantage of the advancement of technology. Failure to utilize the information leads to loss of revenue. Similarly, the fast-paced changes around the world requires tax administration to reevaluate work processes and laws to keep abreast with current needs and conditions. Tax reform thus becomes a necessity for many, and a successful reform requires effective communication strategies. We, the ATEC members, endorse the following recommendations which ATEC members may consider implementing to address the highlighted challenges. A, to leverage in the advancement of technology and the use of big data analytics to increase tax compliance. B, to embrace measures towards maintaining integrity of data. C, to begin efforts towards enhancing the level of trust between the tax administrations and its citizens. And D, to adopt effective communication strategies in implementing and managing change. The members also endorse the final report and the head of delegation's report. To this end, the meeting to the following. A, express its sincere gratitude to Qatar for successfully hosting the 12th ATEC Technical Conference. B, congratulated Malaysia for the high level of professionalism in hosting the 13th ATEC Technical Conference. Thanked Iran for offering to host the 14th ATEC Technical Conference. Conveyed its appreciation to Maldives and Mauritania for offering to host the 15th and 16th ATEC Technical Conferences respectively. E, recommended that the Permanent Secretariat coordinates training initiatives for the benefits of all members of ATEC with the support of all the ATEC member countries. The members reaffirmed their commitment to enhance cooperation between tax administration through initiatives such as signing of memorandums of understanding for sharing good practices and mutual benefits in tax administrations of member countries. Malacca, 29th of the September 2016. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adil Abdul Monim Abdul Razik. Ladies and gentlemen, the time right now is 10:15 a.m., which means we will take a short 30-minute break for some refreshments. During the coffee break, the organizer would like to ask the kind cooperation of all delegates present